Okay, guys, so I'll be using my real voice for this because it's kind of urgent and honestly, I can't still comprehend what I saw. So it was actually this morning around 4 a.m. I had just gone out to pee and I looked up and I saw something that looked like a star, but it was too big to be a star, and it was also too bright. It was just like a circular orb, and I was shocked, to be honest, because I've heard of UFOs and everything, but I never expected I'll see one right in my backyard. So I just stared at it and it kept emitting this glow, this strange glow. Very bright, and I know satellites actually. I know how satellites appear, these orbital satellites like Starlink and all of that. I know how they appear. I know they sometimes appear like brighter stars, but there were stars around, and this one was just too much. It just stood out. So actually, the video you see just now, it's actually the recording I was able to take before my phone went off, because my phone just went off very strangely immediately I started recording. So I kept staring at it for like 30 minutes and I noticed that it was actually glowing. Like get it will become brighter and then it will dim. Then it will become brighter and then it will dim. So this was actually towards 5 o'clock in the morning. The day had begun to open up. So it was kind of strange to me. I kept staring at it. So at some point, I discovered that the light I was seeing wasn't actually an orb, that the object wasn't actually an orb. It started looking like it was a spaceship. I know this will sound very weird, but it started looking like it was a spaceship. It was as if the light was part of a bigger, something bigger. So as I kept staring at it, it was now as if it started rotating in orbit, as if it was rotating in the sky, and then as if it was the light itself was like. So it was as if the light itself was like, like how you shine a torchlight and then the body of the torch somehow becomes visible. So I noticed that at some point when the light began to intensify, become brighter, it now cast a silhouette. I now started seeing the shape of the whole object, and I kid you not, it was massive. This thing was big, almost as big as the moon. I believe it had come down a little bit more. The size of it would have filled up the entire area. It was big, and I now noticed that it had lights around it. But that major light in front, that looked as if it was an orb initially, that major light in front was actually the brightest. So when that light shone brightest, it will now make the other lights will now show around, and also it was just a perfect sphere, a very perfect spherical. Let me just say it's a spaceship, very perfect spherical alien shape. And I just kept staring at this thing. It will glow, then it will dim, it will glow, then it will dim, it will glow, then it will dim, just like that. And it continued like that until at some point it was as if it now disappeared into the sky. I couldn't see it anymore. It was as if it actually ascended up into the sky, and I couldn't see, but I could tell somehow that it was still there, but the light was not there. The light just disappeared off into the sky. After some time, it came back down, and I could see the light, and the light now intensified again. And now saw that certainly I was certain. I don't know why my phone went off. This discovery was just too much for me. I was certain that yes, this thing was a spaceship with lights around, either a spaceship or a UFO ship. Exactly that shape, that spherical shape that UFOs used to have. Exactly. But the lights around it were a bit not too bright like the main central light. So I was totally shocked by this. And I had to just make this video. Normally, I'm more focused on creating faceless content, but I think if I see something like this again next time, I'll make a face video, because I need to discuss this in depth. And I think I'll also begin to search for this I'll begin to do live videos, live recordings, put my phone out there, see if I'll find anything out there in the sky. Because these days we are always so distracted with work, with our phones and everything. Nobody ever gazes up to the sky again to look at the stars. So I believe if we look at the stars more, we will see more of these shocking things. I believe if you look at the skies more, we'll see more of these phenomena, because it's very, very eye-opening and disturbing. There are UFOs in Africa. I believe there are UFOs in Africa. Thanks for watching anyway.